Hey guys, I'm Marissa and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a special guest. This is our new baby, Jack Parker. He is 2.5 weeks old now and joining me for this first round of videos that I am filming as I'm getting back into life and work and making some more YouTube videos. So thank you so much to everyone for all of your support and sweet well wishes as we've brought Jack home and we've been settling in. I'll be sharing, I just recorded his birth story, so I'll be sharing that soon. If you want to stay tuned, subscribe so you won't miss that video coming up. But today I want to sit down and share with you our July budget and how we are planning to spend our money this month. I love sharing these videos every month because they help hold us accountable. And if you are wanting to get started with budgeting, budget template that I'll be using, you can get yourself on my shop. I will have a link to that down in the description box below, and you can check it out there as an instant download. So without further ado, let's just dive into this budget and I'll show you guys how we're planning to spend our money this month as a family of 4, which is crazy. So, okay, the first thing that we have here is our income section. I have Jacob's income and my income. This is business, but it's my business. I have our individual income blocked out, but I do show you our total income, which we're planning to bring home $9,880 this month. So my husband Jacob is currently on parental leave from his employer. He gets 16 weeks of fully paid parental leave, which is amazing. So he has that, but obviously he's still getting paid, and this month is actually a 3 paycheck month for him. So we are anticipating bringing home more income this month because of that extra paycheck. And then I pay myself a salary out of my business each month. So we have $9,880 to work with. We use a zero-based budget, which means every dollar has a place in our budget. So let me show you how we plan to spend every dollar this month. So the first thing that we have here is our giving for our expense section, and we have our tithe, which we give to our church, and then African New Life, which we support a couple children in Rwanda, and then another missions organization. And I just have all of those blocked out for privacy, but giving is always very important to us in our budget, and we'll continue to have that as like the first priority and first thing in our budget there. But next we have is our mortgage. So we live in Portland, Oregon area, and we own our home. We have a 4-bed, 3-bath house here that we bought in 2019. And our mortgage payment is $2,206.28, and this is including principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. So next we have is our HOA. We do live in a neighborhood with a homeowners association, so that is $121.46 each month. Then we have water and sewer, which is always around like $95 each month there. And then natural gas at $40 each month. And this, should be around 40. Yeah, that should be fine. Next we have is trash. We pay our trash every other month, and this month is not a trash month. And then we have electric, which actually I'm going to increase this to like 100 because we do have central air and that runs off of electricity. So I do anticipate that being a little bit higher this month as we're getting into summer and using our air conditioning a bit more. Next we have is internet at standard $44.99 each month. And then phones, this is for mine and my husband Jacob's cell phones, and that is $115 each month. Then we have insurance for both of our cars, which is $109.64. Then we have life insurance. We have a policy on myself and my husband Jacob as a term life insurance policy, and that is $52.89 each month. Then we have groceries. This month we're planning to spend $350. We're spending a little bit less because we actually pre-made a whole bunch of freezer meals in May, and so we made 50 dinners of freezer meals. So we're going through that a lot this month, and we did in June as well, and probably in August. So we don't anticipate spending a whole lot on groceries because of that. Before we had our son Jack, he's like sliding down this carrier here, but before we had him, we actually were doing HelloFresh at the whole beginning of this year up till I gave birth, and we loved HelloFresh and we'll continue to do that. But we wanted to just make some freezer meals so that it's super quick and easy to throw something in the Instant Pot and have dinner ready. Whereas like we love HelloFresh, and the meals with HelloFresh are definitely better, but they take a little bit more time to do. So we just have that pause for right now. If you wanted to check out HelloFresh, I have a referral where you can get $120 off to start. So I would highly recommend that. We've loved them and we will continue to use them. But just for right now, it's nice that you can always pause or cancel anytime. So we just have that paused so that we can eat through these freezer meals and have it be a little bit more chill at this time of having a newborn and a 2-year-old and just all the things to keep up with. So that's why groceries are a little bit lower this month. Next we have is eating out. We have budgeted at $150. Eating out right now is mostly just getting takeout because I'm not going to take my whole family to a restaurant right now. Then we have gas at $200. I increased this because the gas has obviously gone up. I'm really grateful that even when my husband does work, he works from home, he works remotely, and then I work from home as well. So this is just $200 for us to like get around town and go to the few places that we go to, which aren't a lot, which is crazy that it's still spending this much on gas. Next we have is fun, and we budget $50 a month for something fun to do, like entertainment or something as a family, and we'll see about getting that spent. Next we have his birthday and anniversary at $150. So it is my birthday this month of July. I'm turning 28 years old. And then it's also mine and Jacob's 7-year wedding anniversary in the month of July as well. So I just budgeted a little bit of money there for birthday and anniversary gifts. Next we have is miscellaneous. You always need miscellaneous category because something random always comes up. So we have $100 there budgeted for miscellaneous. And then Roth IRA, which is new and exciting this month. So we are going to put $1,000 a month into my Roth IRA from July through December. That's our plan as of right now. So I know that the market is down, but we're still going to keep consistently buying in. And especially now it's like, oh, feels like stocks are on sale right now. So we're still investing. We have investments taken out of my husband's paycheck going into his 401k. We also already funded his Roth IRA and we're still going to continue to invest. So $1,000 going into my Roth IRA for July, which I'm excited to do that. Then we also have kids brokerage, which actually this needs to be 100. I had that wrong in there. But we are putting $50 a month into a brokerage account for each boy. And that way someday along the road, we can be able to help them with things like their first car or a down payment on a house or a wedding, like those kinds of things. And we have these brokerage accounts like in our name, but the plan is that we would gift it to our kids at some point. So we're putting $50 a month into each of them. So that's $100 total. Next we have is college. So we have $529 and for our son Peter, who's 2, and then we just got the social security number for our second son Jack. And so I'm going to open up his $529 here, hopefully maybe today, this week. And so we will be putting $200 a month into each $529. We've been doing that for Peter, $200 into his, and so then we'll just add that in for Jack's as well. So $400 total going to their college investments. And so as a grand total, this is all the money that gets sent out of our household each month. So even though these are like some savings and investing things here, they are still getting like sent out of our account, which is why I have them under expenses. So that grand total is $6,450.11. So now to show you the savings section of our budget. So the first thing that we have here is our emergency fund. This is another big thing that we're working on saving for right now, a big goal, because we just want to get our emergency fund up from $15,000 to $20,000. Just because of, I know there's a lot of talk of an upcoming recession, possibly, probably, who knows? And also with this time of high inflation, things just cost more. And so we want to have an emergency fund of, around 3 to 6 months of expenses, which we were more in like the 3-month side. But now that we have like more people in our family, inflation and a recession, like it just feels more reassuring to have more in that emergency fund. So maybe closer to 6 months of expenses, and that's going to be closer to $20,000 for us right now. So we're working on saving for that. So every extra penny right now is going to the emergency fund, which this month would be $1,061.39. And the interesting thing is that we are kind of working on a lot of different goals right now. I feel reassured that we still are within that, that range of 3 to 6 months of expenses with our emergency fund at the moment. So it's not like we feel like we need to be so intense to get that up. So we are still doing things like investing. Like I said, we're putting money to my Roth IRA and also to Jacob's 401k and our HSA and like those other big investment goals that we've had as well. And therefore we aren't like stopping those to be able to fund our emergency fund faster. And that's just for us personally. But I do recognize that it would be, I don't know if you can hear all these baby noises over here. I do recognize that we would be able to like get that emergency fund goal done sooner if we didn't have those things going on, but we also don't want to miss out on like pausing investments because like we still are within that range for having an emergency fund, and we do have some sort of emergency fund there. So next we have is personal spending. Jacob gets $250 each month and I get $100, and the only reason why he gets more is simply because he's more of a spender, and that's just something that like makes him happy that he wants to be able to do for like his hobbies, and that's fine, and I'm not a huge spender. Next we have is extra giving, and we put $50 a month into that to be able to say yes to additional giving opportunities if they come up. And then we are putting another $50 a month into a gifts fund for things like baby shower or wedding gifts or birthday gifts or things like that. And then we have clothing at $25 each month going into our clothing fund. We have a vacation fund, which we now have 2 small children and we're not planning to go on any kind of vacation anytime soon, so we're not putting money into that. And then Christmas, we actually think that we have that covered for this year's Christmas. We use our credit card rewards to be able to pay for a lot of Christmas expenses, and we also did save a little bit in our Christmas fund so far, so I think we're good with putting money into Christmas for right now. Next we have is medical. So because I had a baby this year, this is a big medical year for us, and we are basically anticipating that we'll pay our max out of pocket for the family for our medical plan, which is $6,000. So we've been saving that each month for since the beginning of the year. So this is the last month that we need to save $930 to be able to reach that, and we're paying for all of our medical costs out of pocket. We are in a high deductible health plan, and we do have an HSA, but we're planning to utilize that HSA to its full benefit capacity, because an HSA can have a triple tax advantage of you put money in before taxes. You can then invest those dollars and it could grow tax-free, and then you can take it out to be spent on qualified medical expenses tax-free. So we want to utilize that advantage, so we're paying for all of our medical expenses out of pocket. So we have $930 going to that, and that'll be nice to be done with that goal. And then in August, then we can put even more to that emergency fund goal, right? So the next thing that we have here is cord blood registry. We did cord blood banking with our son Peter, and that has an annual fee, so we save for it each month. And then we have dues and subs at $37.50 for other dues and subscriptions, and then car maintenance at $75 each month, and house maintenance at $400 because we are homeowners and we do have to cover those things for our house. And then we have household at $100 each month, and this covers things like paper towels and toilet paper and soap and those kinds of things. And then we have kids here. This used to just be for our son Peter, but now for both kids, $250 each month that we plan to spend on all kid-related things. So diapers, toys, clothing, gadgets and gizmos, things that we need because of having kids right there. So as a grand total for our savings, we are putting $3,359.89 into savings. So let's look at this total out here, because this is taking our expenses and savings. We don't have any debt, but if we did have any other debt besides our mortgage, then that would be calculated as well. But the total out is $9,810. And the cell that I have down here calculates the difference between our income and all the money out, which should be zero to be a zero-based budget. And as you can see, it's not, because we made an update there. So let me go reallocate the $70. I'm putting it to the emergency fund because that's where we're putting every extra dollar right now. And there we go. And now we have a zero-based budget. The other thing I want to note is that I have this blocked out for beginning and ending balance because the month of June is not over yet. So don't know what those balances are. So stay tuned for my June budget report video so you can see where we're at with those sinking fund balances. So that is all for this video today. Thanks so much for letting me and Jack join you for this July budget with me. Let me know in the comments below what you're planning to budget for this month of July. And don't forget, you can get this budget template with the link in the description box down below. And I'm gonna go keep rocking this baby. Maybe it's time to feed him. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye. Good job, Jackie boy. You did great. You did great.
About to leave, already